Aloha, my name is Alex, and this is Ignite Love and Light Tarot. Let's see what messages the universe has for you. If you clicked on this message on this video, you need this reading. So there's some sort of delay. Oh, I love this message. Okay, that makes sense. Here we have a delay, right? The universe is at work. You just continue to do what you're supposed to do. If you're listening for somebody to call your name, just, until then, carry on. I do kind of feel like this delay is necessary. It's universal. But I do kind of feel like maybe over the next 2 months, things are going to pick up radically. Don't be the blocker, right? As things start to pick up and move along, I feel like there's a heavy underlying message here where the universe is saying, listen, collective, go with the flow. It does feel like something is about to return. Let me see, April, May, June, July, the next 2 months. So somewhere around the Mercury retrograde, that makes sense. Ooh, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, look, something is trying to flow. Somebody's trying to act like they don't want something, but they really do. So, okay, that makes sense. My angel says somebody's trying to play hard to get. Let me know how that works out. But I do kind of feel like there could be a decision, right? I have the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, so that's always my serious conversation. We need to talk, right? One of those. And we need to talk about the current status of our relationship, regardless of what this relationship is. It could be a professional relationship, as in, hey, you've been here now for 2 years or a year or 6 months. It could be an appraisal. Let's talk about your performance. Let's talk about, any sort of promotions or growth or coaching. My angels just said with this Temperance, somebody has been taking note of the hard work you've been putting in, your effort, right? Somebody has really been paying attention to that, right? I also feel like definitely if this is professionally, they notice how stable you are, right? When everything is going crazy around the office and business environment with clients in the world, you're cool as a cucumber, okay? And I do kind of feel like somebody wants to have a conversation with you about how to move you forward, okay? Now, I can confidently say move you forward because I have 2 10s here. 10s in the tower represent completion, right? It's almost like, hey, you've been contracting or, you've been part-time for a while. What do we need to do to bring you on full-time, right? How do I solidify something? Okay, I like this reading so far. Now, the angels are saying, I don't know who this is going to resonate with. I got Scorpio here. I got Pisces. I got Gemini. I got Aquarius. I got Sagittarius, Pisces, and Libra. So if I'm not mistaken, I have every air sign. So I kind of feel like you, regardless of your sun or your rising, if you have air in your Mercury, right, a Mercury in Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, this reading is probably going to strongly resonate with you, okay? But there's a block here, and there's a block here, and then there's some deceit here, right? So don't muck around and miss this opportunity because you're like, nah, I'm good. I got other options. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who I'm talking to. But don't mess around and miss this opportunity because you're trying to take matters into your own hands and the universe is trying to bless you. You ain't even sneezing. The universe is like it's untight. Yeah, but here, choose happiness, right? Choose security, choose longevity, right? You know, and using the work scenario, yeah, if you work in part-time right now, you live in a life based on part-time finances, right? Imagine what a life would be like on full-time finances, right? I definitely feel like the universe is ushering in a shit ton of financial security for you, collective. And let me be the first, second, third, ninth, 19th person to say to you, don't fuck it up. Because these double sevens right here, right? Seven of Swords on the Two of Cups, you ain't trying to act like, you interested. You're like, all right, I'll think about it, Bob. You know? And then at the end of the day, the Seven of Wands and the Death card, it's almost like you're trying to control the ending. You're trying to control the outcome. And the universe is looking at you like, really? Really? Let's be clear. The Eight of Wands for me has everything to do with an onslaught of things moving. Right here, things are stuck. You're waiting. Now things are starting to move along, and don't be the sour sap. And it's like, but wait a minute, you going too fast, universe, or I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? I do definitely feel like this reading has a lot to do with your finances, not necessarily because the pentacles are here, but just simply be just the air of just the energy that I'm getting from my angels, that whatever this is, however this is going to resonate with you, regarding what area of your life that this reading is speaking to, it's important to you. As in, whatever this reading is talking about, it's freaking important to you. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles definitely has everything to do with concentrated focus, right? Concentration is one thing and focus is another. Put them together and it's like obsession, right? Now, speaking of this obsession, Scorpio, I have the King of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is the king and queen of intellect, right? And communication and information and conversation. And they're the king and queen. The king is end all be all. The queen is like, okay, well, how we gonna get there? The king is like, where we going? Here's where we going. The queen is like, how we getting there, right? So this is the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I just learned two new terms, the anima and animus, or anime and animus, right? So I do kind of feel like, regardless of what position you're in this reading, you want to know some things. You need some information. It's like, listen, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going? How's it going to be? And I feel like the universe is bringing that answer to you, right? Either the universe is answering for you or for the person or behalf, right? In case you prayed, right? Here comes an answer to your prayer. Or the universe is working with the person who has the answer to your request or inquiry, okay? In the end, the sevens. The sevens is that point on your path when you're like, do I just go for this or do I delay? Do I play games? Do I play mind games? Do I try to, sabotage? Do I try to, bring all the balls in my court, right? It's the point of manipulation. And Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords here, they came out in the outcome positions, okay? So let me be, as the interpreter of the universal message, say to you, collective, listen, whatever this is, I know you want it. The Two of Cups is an emotional connection. And the Death card is an ending / beginning. Six of Cups is almost like a resurrection, something reviving, some sort of reunion, some sort of renewal. So the angels are saying with the King of Swords and the Six of Cups, Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, don't fuck around and talk yourself out of a universal blessing. I'm sorry for the cursing, but that's the freaking message. My angels curse. They're like, listen, we're giving you exactly what you freaking wanted. Don't fuck up and talk yourself out of this. So that's the message. Clear cut. Okay? So, hi, Snow. you know, this is the card of self-sabotage. This is the card of standing your ground, but also being resistant and defiant. I was listening to a YouTube video with Alan Watts, and he reminded me of that phrase, what you resist will persist, right? So whatever you're trying to turn down, walk away from, you know, end, you know, shut down, it's almost like if you don't do it the right way, if you don't have a conversation, if you are there are no clear-cut directions or information about how something's going to go, that shit is going to keep coming back to you. You know, in personal readings, when that comes up a lot, when I'm talking to people who broke up with somebody, and I ask them, I'm like, hey, do you still love this person? And you hear this big long ass pause, right? And the answer usually is yes. And I will say to them, listen, it's okay for you to still love them, but the fact that you're trying to suppress that, or, you know, deny that, or, you know, not admit to that, that's the problem. That's why the love is not going anywhere, because you keep trying to shove it down, shove it down. So, you know, I don't know who that obviously this message is for somebody, but I do kind of feel like the universe is saying, look at this little monster. Look at her. Look at her. Wanting to play. Look, right behind me. Just wanting to play. I do kind of feel like the universe is saying, listen, I don't know what it is that you're trying to deny. I don't know what about this return you're trying to block. I don't know what about this particular situation that you're trying to keep at bay. You're trying to keep it in limbo state, but the universe is like, let that shit flow. Let that shit go and let that shit flow. That might be the title to this reading. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave. If this reading does resonate, y'all know what to do. Personal readings are open, by the way. The link is in the description. Love you guys. Bye.